We welcome from the Jackson County Health Department Fetal Infant Mortality Review Nurse Cindy Wolfinger and Deputy Health Officer with Community Health Education and Promotion, Holly Flickinger. Welcome to the show.
Hello, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us, yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking before the show. Both Holly and Cindy were on the morning show just in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I was here last week and I just couldn't stay away. I had to come back.
Well, great to have you back. Today is International Prematurity Day.
Yeah.
And that's what we're talking about today.
That's right, yeah.
So we've always known in Jackson County that our infant health, maternal health, infant mortality, we're not the greatest. We have room for improvement.
That's right.
Right.
So that's where I come in. That's kind of what my job focuses on, having more babies reach their first birthday. Mm-hmm. So here in Jackson County, our leading cause of death is complications from prematurity for our babies. So today is a great day to talk about how to keep that from happening. It is occurring with 1 in 10 pregnancies worldwide. So not just here in the United States, but worldwide, 1 in 10 babies is premature.
What is considered premature?
Yeah, so anyone under 37 weeks. So you have different levels of prematurity. You have late preterm, early preterm, extreme premature, but a full pregnancy is 40 weeks, and anyone under 37.
So even a month early, you're premature.
Yeah, yep. They, a lot of people look at them as just, tiny little babies. They're the same thing, just smaller, but they lead to a whole slew of health problems. So the earlier you are, the more likely you are to have long-term effects. But oftentimes babies can have long-lasting eye problems, lung problems, heart problems, just a wide variety because, pregnancy, yes, babies are surviving from earlier weeks of gestation, but they're growing that whole pregnancy. So right up until 40 weeks, they are still maturing and getting ready for the world.
We've seen pictures of people holding their baby in their hands, really super premature.
Yeah.
And it seems like multiple birth, twins, triplets are more likely to be early.
So the more babies you have in there, the more likely you are to be preterm. Yep.
And 1 in 10, so that's 1 in 10 premature births, and that's worldwide. So that's not the weather. It's not the. No. It's just is.
Yeah. And if you look at just data from the United States, we're still 1 in 10.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. Cindy was teaching me quite a bit about this the other day, and I was like, it's very interesting to me that the statistics are the same within our nation, but also worldwide. It's pretty rare.
Yeah, it is interesting because we think the United States we've got better health care, better access, and it doesn't matter. It's just the way it is. It's biology. Yeah. It's 1 in 10. So, but are there things that can be done, I don't know, by the mom or the family to get the baby to go to term?
The biggest thing is just seeking that prenatal care. So making sure as soon as you know you're pregnant, going to an OB. And then consistently following up with your OB and attending all of your appointments. And really kind of advocating for yourself. If you feel something's off, making sure that you reach out, that you ask questions. It's better to ask too many questions than just assume that this is normal and this is just what pregnancy is.
I wonder if it's for the first time mom, if it's more likely, because everything probably feels different, right?
Yeah. So for certain situations, it's more likely to occur with the first pregnancy, such as preeclampsia is a complication that can cause mom's blood pressure as well as some other things to go extremely high, which often leads to preterm delivery, and that is more common in the first pregnancy. But then there's other times that your first pregnancy can go completely normal, but different complications arise leading to a preterm delivery the next time.
I don't think guys could do it, could they? We couldn't. I couldn't do it. No, I don't know how you do it. That's the way God intended it. Men we're just not strong enough. All right, you brought some slides to talk about. Let's see. These are factors.
Yeah. Yep. So, there's just certain things that lead you to be a little bit more at risk. So definitely age. So those under the age of 17 as well as over the age of 35, that leads you to an increased risk. Black and Native Americans are also at an increased risk, as well as low-income women.
Why? Do we know?
They don't have a great answer for that. Oftentimes it's associated with lower levels of health care available to them, different cultural beliefs that lead to, maybe not complying with the latest recommendations for pregnancy.
Okay.
Then, like I was kind of talking about, just different medical conditions, so that prior preterm birth, infections, like you mentioned, carrying more than one baby in there, and then behavioral. So tobacco use, if you smoke at all during pregnancy, that automatically increases your risk of delivering preterm.
How about, do we know anything, because more than half the country, marijuana is legal.
Yeah,
So
there isn't enough data to for sure say, but all signs are showing that it does cause adverse pregnancies.
well, particularly if people are smoking the marijuana.
Yeah.
People that have, so the mom, there might be issues the mom has that the doctor says, we are going to induce early, or we are going to do a C-section to help them protect or help the mom's health. Right?
Yeah. And so that actually happened to me earlier this year. I developed preeclampsia, and so I delivered at 34 weeks gestation.
Oh wow! So you're an expert on this.
Unfortunately, lived it. But thankfully, we have a great hospital here in the community. They were quick to recognize what was going on, quick to get the baby out. She did have to transfer briefly out of the county, but quickly got her back here to Henry Ford, and they did amazing things.
Holly, have you had kids?
I have not. No.
So pay attention.
Yes, I have been learning a lot.
How big was your baby?
4 pounds, 1 ounce.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. It's scary.
It is. My poor husband, he had no idea of anything that was happening.
We assume, look at all the technology and the advances that have been made in caring for preterm babies, but it's still high risk.
Yeah, it is.
When we see cases, of infant mortality, do we see more in preterm deliveries than normal deliveries?
We do, yeah. So sometimes, it's complications that the baby hasn't ever even made it out of the hospital. When I was here last month talking about safe sleep, being a preterm baby automatically increases your risk of a safe sleep death. So.
How big is how much does your baby weigh now?
11.5 pounds. We're slowly gaining.
11 and a half?
Yeah.
That could be a big newborn baby. Wow.
Yep.
That's amazing. Well, they catch up.
They do.
Yeah,
yes.
they catch up.
Eventually she'll get there.
All right, now we've got another slide, and this is the process.
Yeah.
35 weeks, so you think 35 weeks, well, it's almost, but it's a big difference.
It is, yep. So the big things with those babies are their lungs. So thankfully, with modern medicine, there is basically a steroid shot that they can give moms to help mature the baby's lungs a little bit, and it definitely leads to better outcomes. But, all their organs are still developing right up until that 40-week mark, and the longer you can keep them cooking in there, the better.
So the 39, let's see, a lot of people don't know. It's not, we don't know exactly. No mom knows exactly how many weeks it's been, right?
You have a pretty good idea. They're usually within a couple days of knowing.
All right. So here we are celebrating World Prematurity Day. And the idea, what's the idea? Just to get people ready?
Brings awareness. March of Dimes does a lot of the research and changes with recommendations for our country. So this is just their month where they push out, the most recent data, try and get donations just to, further that research. And like I said, bring awareness.
Yeah.
We've seen some, here's a great graphic that shows is this the babies from premature to
so that diaper on the right there is just a normal newborn diaper, and then the 3 on the left are your different levels of preemie diapers. So that far left one actually is about the size of a dollar bill folded in half.
Oh my
So that's how small that is. So.
Wow. Are they cheaper?
No.
No. Wow. That's amazing. Now, once the baby's born, and so are there resources? Does the health department have resources for families that have a premature baby?
Yeah, we do have resources for families in all levels of childcare. The thing with resources is that a lot of times you have to qualify for those resources. So the best thing to do is to reach out to the local health department or talk with your provider and what resources may be best available for you.
And then all those things during the baby's first year, the parents worry about making sure the bed is right, the car seat, worry about SIDS and so many things. Being educated about all those things, that probably goes a long way too.
It does.
Yeah.
Yep. So just, trying to learn as much as you can and then using the resources you have available. So whether that's, your pediatrician, whether it's the health department, other local moms, they can give you a lot of insight as well. So just finding support.
So nutrition from the mom to be, the nutrition, the prenatal vitamins. I mean, there's a lot that contributes to the prematurity.
And that's where we have a great WIC program that, as long as they qualify for, they can get some good resources there.
The health department is amazing how much they do. So many different programs and so many areas in the community they serve that it's good to know we have got those resources. If someone wants to talk with either one of you or check out what's offered, I know the website's probably the best place.
It is, yep. So we'll have contact information for both of us on there.
Yeah.
Nice.
As well as like our other programs and things that are available to the community. So.
It's all there.
Yes.
Thanks for all the great work you guys do.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah, good to see you.
You as well.
And good luck as your baby grows.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
I can't imagine it's this big. Yes, awesome. Well, continued good health for your, is it boy or girl?
Girl.
What's her name?
Margaret.
Nice.
Call her little Maggie.
I like that. From the Jackson County Health Department, Fetal Infant Mortality Review Nurse Cindy Wolfinger and Deputy Health Officer Holly Flickinger.